As the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix approaches, Lewis Hamilton has finally broken his silence. Amid intense scrutiny and a wave of criticism directed at Ferrari, the seven-time world champion made a bold and surprising statement. Hamilton not only defended his new team but also sent a powerful message to critics who have underestimated Ferrari's potential at the start of the season. Could this be a sign that Ferrari is ready to silence the doubters and return to winning ways? Let's dive in. Under the relentless spotlight since the announcement of his move to Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton has finally spoken. He didn't just address the criticism directed at him, he also sought to realign public expectations about the historic collaboration between himself and Formula One's most legendary team. In his debut season donning Ferrari's iconic red, Hamilton has made it clear that he hasn't come just to flaunt his reputation. With undeniable flair, he walked into Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello. His eye-catching red-soled Christian Louboutin shoes were just a small symbol of his attention to image. But behind the glamorous exterior lies real, layered pressure. The combination of the most successful driver in F1 history and a team with deeply rooted championship heritage has created almost inhuman expectations. So it's no surprise that when Hamilton couldn't out-qualify Charles Leclerc in the early sessions of the season, criticism came swiftly and fiercely. From the tone of his voice in radio communications with race engineer Riccardo Adami to the expressions on his face during post-race interviews, everything was dissected by the media and the public. As if Hamilton's very presence was expected to deliver instant results. But the seven-time world champion didn't stay silent. On one hand, it's expected. Ferrari is the greatest team in Formula One history, and that's something truly special, Hamilton said ahead of the Jeddah Grand Prix. Of course, there's going to be more stories, more opinions. But you can't work with a team and change everything overnight. Hamilton's remarks were far more than diplomatic. They echoed a reality long understood by those within Ferrari. What the seven-time world champion articulated mirrors the message of team principal Frédéric Vasseur. Since the sensational news of Hamilton's move to Ferrari first broke, Vasseur has emphasized that this is no magic trick, nor a fleeting experiment hoping for instant success. It is a long-term investment, technically, emotionally, and humanly. It takes time, understanding, and sacrifices from both sides, said Vasseur. You're not going to replace 12 years of collaboration in 2 weeks or 2 races. A short sentence, but one that captures a complexity that cannot be resolved by talent alone. For 12 consecutive seasons, Hamilton lived and breathed with Mercedes. He wasn't just part of the team, he was the heart of a precisely built ecosystem. From technical dynamics to communication systems and car design philosophy, everything was developed and optimized for one purpose: to bring out the best in Hamilton. Now, all of that comfort must be left behind. He finds himself in a new environment, with a different language, a different technical culture, and of course, different challenges. The SF-25, Ferrari's car for this year, is not just a new car for Hamilton. It's an entirely new world that he must explore from scratch. The car carries aggressive ground effect aerodynamic traits, stiff suspension, and a much wilder behavior in high-speed corners. It demands more than just skill. It demands courage, sharp intuition, and patience to understand the car's soul. In the modern era of F1, a driver's job goes far beyond simply flooring the accelerator. They are moving engineers, high-speed pilots making complex technical decisions in milliseconds, right from the cockpit. At Mercedes, much of this had become instinctual for Hamilton, the result of thousands of hours of work and near-telepathic communication with his team. But at Ferrari, everything starts again from zero. Things that used to be automatic now require thought, Hamilton said. That creates inertia, a delay in response. But it's part of the learning process. He said it calmly, almost meditatively. Yet beneath that calm tone lies steely determination. This is not about proving himself all over again. This is about conquering new terrain, breaking out of his comfort zone, and proving that the spirit of a champion never fades, even when he has to start all over again. In Bahrain, Lewis Hamilton experienced one of the more challenging weekends of his career. He could only start the race from 9th position, a result far below public expectations and his own. However, during Sunday's race, Hamilton showed signs of a resurgence. He was more competitive, displayed a much more solid performance, and finished in 5th place, just one step behind his teammate, Charles Leclerc. I appreciated Lewis's direction on Saturday, and I tried my best to push him a little. And on Sunday, he was in very good shape, said Frederick Vasseur, praising the fighting spirit of the seven-time world champion. Vasseur highlighted how Hamilton was able to rise under pressure and answer the doubts with concrete action on track. Hamilton himself began to feel something different with the Ferrari SF25. He admitted that he was beginning to feel more in tune with the car's characteristics, a crucial development after a season start full of question marks, especially following a disappointing qualifying session. Mid-race, I felt really in sync with the car. My driving style seemed to click at that point. I learned a lot today, and this weekend, maybe more than any other weekend, Hamilton said honestly, implying that his adaptation process is in full swing. He added that this progress is only the beginning. But one thing he now believes, the secret of the SF25 doesn't lie in big, sudden changes, but in consistent and patient adaptation. Not instant leaps, but precise, incremental steps, and Hamilton is beginning to take them, one by one. Interestingly, Hamilton didn't speak with a defensive tone. He didn't blame the team, nor did he go overboard in defending himself. Instead, he showed remarkable maturity by acknowledging that this process requires change not just from the car, but from himself as well. We will work on the car to suit Lewis, but he also needs to take a step. And I think he's doing that in a positive and constructive way, said Vasseur. Hamilton is responding to the challenge with a mindset that reflects the essence of a true champion. I've been all over the place, far from Charles over the last 2 weekends, and then slowly migrating toward him. So I think if I can start the weekend from a more comfortable place, and apply the techniques I've learned this weekend, hopefully we'll be in a good place. In Shanghai, Lewis Hamilton claimed victory in the sprint race, a sweet result, not only because he returned to the top of the podium, but because that win symbolized something much deeper. It was a defining moment, proving that the struggle, hard work, and sacrifices he made throughout his adaptation with Ferrari are slowly beginning to bear fruit. Behind the brief celebration on the track lay a powerful, unspoken message. Hamilton is not done. He's still hungry, still full of fire, and, most importantly, still highly relevant. For many, the sprint race might be just a warm-up event, a sideshow to the Grand Prix weekend. But for Hamilton, it was a stage to silence the doubters and flip the narrative. This victory was not just about the finish line. It was about a long process invisible to the cameras, about adapting to an entirely new car, understanding the dynamics of a different team, and aligning his vision with Ferrari's rich yet pressure-filled culture. It's about planting the seeds for something bigger, something that goes beyond mere statistics. Hamilton isn't just racing for Ferrari. He's defending deeper values, integrity, perseverance, and the belief that true results come from an honest process without shortcuts. He's not here as an instant savior, but as the architect of long-term change. I know there are a lot of expectations, but real change takes time. And I'm here not just to win, but to build something great, he said calmly, but with great meaning. A statement meant not only for the media, but for his fans, his teammates, and the critics who were too quick to judge. As the season continues and the circuits keep changing, one thing is becoming more and more clear: this is no ordinary season. This is a stage for a comeback story. The F1 world now waits. Will the Hamilton-Ferrari pairing become a legendary tale recorded in history, or merely a failed experiment? Share your thoughts below.